Yo guys, Augiesaint here and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys have been having a fantastic week grinding away in Blue Resonance and getting your gear score up, as we have recently been able to hit level 60. So within the next day or two, we should be actually unlocking the first master level dungeons, and I think that's where we get the next level of gear. Although I'm not too certain what actually drops from these master dungeons. All I know is that I'm trying to get my gear score up as much as possible so I can be ready for when they're unlocked, because that's the next thing we're going to be able to do. And then whenever raids come out, we'll be ready for that as well. Plus, we also need to start diving into Stibben's vaults every week. I have been neglecting those, but I highly suggest doing those because they will start getting you the materials that you need to go ahead and upgrade or even just craft your imagine. So today's video, we're just going to talk about a couple of things you guys can be doing right now to get your ability score up and ready for all the upcoming content, since it has been another week in the game and I told you guys I would make a weekly update video showing you where we're at with our ability score and just give you guys tips and tricks on what you can do to get yours up as well. We are at 12,400 ability score. I'm not sure what everybody's ability scores like averages is, but leave down below in the comments how far you guys are on ability score. And now once we've actually reached level 60, we're not getting any more talent points. You can see we are still lacking. I believe we get up to 70 talent points in total because we go all the way down to the bottom tree here. So it's 36 out of 40, so we are still missing another 4 points. With those 4 points there, we'll actually have 0 out of 70. So we are missing some points, and the last 2 levels or so, getting to 60 doesn't actually get you points. Where you will get them from is your trial path. So make sure you are coming over the trial path and you complete these. You can see if you go to the rewards over here, the last 2 over here, clear trial path 27 and 30 is going to give us those last 4 talent points. So make sure you come and do these. The next one over there is opening in 2 days. Usually they open 3 at a time. So these 3 will open and then those last 3 will open. So I'm assuming we'll get 2 more talent points in those 2 days and 16 hours. And then probably another like 2 days or so afterwards, we'll get the last 3. We can get the last bit of talent points there. So make sure you are doing your trial path to get those talent points. And where you can find it is just there on the left of the map. It's near the Bureau Commissions. That's another thing you should totally be running every day as well. It doesn't really give you much for ability score, but it does give you reputation points, gives you honor coins, as well as the silver star badges, and also it gives you some bound Luno. So all of the stuff is pretty useful. There is the reputation shops as well, and you do use quite a bit of Luno to level up stuff and to buy your stuff for your weekly turnings for your life skills. So make sure you are coming over to do these. They're super simple. Just accept them, and you can even just teleport to them on the map. You don't even have to run to them. So very, very quick and easy to do these. I recommend coming to do those bureau things. And then another little vendor that a lot of people missed, myself included, I found this one time and then I ran all over the place trying to find it again, is the life skills exchange we have by the class guide. It's just to the right of the trial path thingy, but what it actually is it is book exchange. I don't know why they called it life skills exchange. It's kind of weird, but this is where you find it, and this is where you can actually turn your other books that you can't use, the bound ones. You see over there, I have 6 Stormblade books, which I'm not going to be able to use because they're bound to me. I don't think I'm ever going to play Stormblade on this character. But I can go ahead and convert those into a selected book for my class. The only thing you do need is this potion over here. You can do that with all your different books. You see, I have quite a few books that I can go ahead and convert and turn in. And you can actually make these potions with alchemy. So you just go to how to obtain alchemy knowledge. You can see you can make it right there. And it's pretty cheap as well. You can buy this from the vendor, and then this you can get from botany. You might even be able to buy it from the vendor as well. To spend a little bit of your crafting stuff, just make sure you go ahead and pick up your potion crafting, and you can go ahead and craft the knowledge convert potion, bring it back to her, and you can trade out all your extra books into books that you're actually going to be able to use. So don't forget about her, the class guide life skills exchange vendor there, to go and sell your extra books right to the right side of the trial path and just behind the Bureau Commission. So make sure you're coming to do these every day. There's a vendor right there hiding in plain sight. You know, they say that's the best way to hide, in plain sight. And then the next thing you want to be doing is refining, obviously, and reforging your gear. By now, I guess all of you guys should have fully reforged your gear. So reforging is that when you like fill it up to unlock the bottom stats and to just get like the 100% perfection. So all the stats are as high as they can be. But the other thing that I have not kept out yet is refining. And this does give quite an extra bit of power. You can see there level 7. We can even go further. I just don't have enough materials, because I am short on these as well as the other materials. These, I'm not actually sure how to obtain these. I mostly just get them from the mystery store. I guess you could buy them from the trading center and the unstable space if you do your daily dungeon as well. I do my 2 dailies every day to get those. But for the other parts, the radiant stone and all the different materials over here, you come up like this stone. You can actually make yourself with smelting. So that's another thing. I've unlocked all the recipes. You have to go ahead and make these. And then you also need to get the powder over there, the burning powder, which is from artistry. You can see the burning powder, 1 of these, so like 1 charcoal make you 15 burning powders, and obviously it does cost 20 focus points down below. But the best thing is you can go ahead and make them yourself. So choose whichever ones you want to go ahead and make first. And on your mastery as well, Down the bottom, Lucky Smelting and Lucky Smelting 2, you have an extra chance to obtain more. You can gain up to 3 pieces at once for this, because just by default, I believe there's a really small chance we can actually get 2 at once as well. So going and getting that Lucky Smelting and Lucky Smelting 2, and then obviously 3 when it is available, when the server's been out for long enough, will help you go ahead and craft your own materials so you can go ahead and refine your gear and level it up even further. And then another thing that you could be working on right now is your battle wills, your imagine. I actually didn't talk about these in the previous video because I didn't quite understand them yet. But if you come over to this guy over here, let me show you guys on the map. You can be found right over there. It's pretty much right by the alchemy exchange. You can see imagine research. I'm gonna come over to this guy and you can actually go to will wish. This you can use your bound rose orb stones on. I have used quite a bit of mine because we go over to the different crafting one, imagine craft. You can see I have actually managed to get myself the one over here for Irona, which I'm going to use a lot with bugging, because you can actually go ahead and just res everybody. So it's really strong as a pug tank, but you'll have to look into which one you actually want for like your class. What if you're playing support or tank or DPS, it's up to you. I chose this one for now, and then the next one I'm going to go ahead and get is Tina, because this one's really good for like just buffing people in the party if they're not just constantly dying. That's why I chose Irona first. But I'm just showing you guys the system is there, and you should totally come and farm these up. You need 1 will, and you need to get these resources. And these you can actually get from the Stim and Vaults. That's why I suggest going to do the Stim and Vaults. And then Monster Hunts as well, which is another thing I would recommend doing now. We'll show you guys in a second about the Monster Hunts, but the Stim and Vaults, you definitely want to come to those as well. And then the Mystery Store and the Orb Store. On the Mystery Store sometimes, because this changes daily, you can get some. But on the Orb Store, you can just buy this box here. It's pretty expensive. That's what I actually spent most of mine on. That's where I got the 5 that I've got. So that is how you get the materials to craft them. And then if you come back to the will wish over here, this is how you can go ahead and actually wish for them. We have 3 coins right now for free. But if you do want to do the 10 wishes, you do have to pay with your rose orbs. And you can also select which one of these you're trying to... I think there's a pity system as well. I'm not sure how many pools get you the pity, but there is definitely a pity system on these. You can go ahead and choose whichever one you want. But since we've already got her, we're going to select mine over to Tina. Whenever I do some extra pulls, we could do a free one for now. So let's do a 1 tap for the video. We're not going to skip it. Come on, can we get lucky? Let's see it. I don't think though. That's a white. Oh, it's a blue one, but yeah. Okay, we're skipping. But yeah, maybe you get lucky and you pull them on 1 try. Was a stunt or fragment. And another thing with those fragments, I think you can actually craft whatever you want. So I think it is battle will exchange. With them, you can probably exchange for whatever you want. You see, yeah. So it just costs the points to get whatever you want. I actually ended up getting myself the Muku, not the Muku Chief, but the Muku Warrior. You can just like trade in these. You see, we have quite a bit of those from Monster Hunts and all other random stuff. You can also get the ones for the legendaries. These are from like the Monster Hunts, the world bosses. We see we've gotten 4. They're pretty rare, but if you get enough of them, or if you get some like dupes of these other ones and you have too many already, you can dismantle them. And you also get a bunch of points which you can then spend there. It's a pretty useful little exchange. I'd recommend coming to look for like a purple that benefits your class really well. You can read what it does in the Imagine menu and then come and purchase it and then go ahead and try and craft these, because these are pretty easy to craft. If you have been playing the game, you should be getting a lot of these boxes over here, and you can actually select the purple ones. Are a lot easier to get than what it is to get the different legendary materials to craft the legendary ones. But since there's so many different imagines and they all have so many different effects, I think what we'll have to do one day is actually make a whole video breaking them down and maybe giving like a few suggestions of which ones are good depending on your role, like support, tank, or DPS, range DPS, melee DPS. I guess they'll all be the same. But for now, quick little pointers that I give you guys. I believe Muku Chief is pretty much what all the DPS want because of this massive crit boost you get there, and on the activate you get some crit stuff as well. And then Tina is really good for like, I guess the support or the tank, because all it really does is give the group like a buff. So you could use this as a support, healer, or even the tank is pretty good for it as well. And then Irona is really good to have on the tank because she can res up to 4 nearby teammates. And obviously the tank is going to be the one that survives the longest. You don't really have like a set group that you play with or a guild or something. If you do end up pugging a lot, I'm assuming this is going to be pretty decent for tanks to have because you can just go ahead and res people while you are, doing some pug content. And the other thing that I'll suggest for you guys now that you are level 60 to start grinding is the Monster Hunt World Bosses. You can easily jump between channels to actually farm these out. See, this is a new one we got today in the new zone. You come and if you look at the drops over there, you can see this reward. Now, this reward tab is what you can get from the chest. So if you use a key, but if you go over to the drops, these over here, this will always drop. So even if you kill the boss and you don't use a key, you have a chance to get all of these things here. I believe the XP and the looter might be always, like it's guaranteed. But then these other things, these other drops like the resources and then obviously these gear pieces, those are a chance to drop. But the rewards over there, those are specifically from using the key. So for a lot of DPS, since you guys will be trying to craft the Muku Chief, you can see you get his materials to actually go ahead and craft them. So come ahead and farm the Mooka Chief, and obviously you need at least one of his wills to go ahead and craft him. And then depending on if you want to like S1, 2, 3, 4, 5 him, you might have to get some more wills. So definitely make sure you farm Mooka Chief. Now that we're level 60, he's pretty easy to do. And there's pretty much someone out there just murdering him all the time. You jump between the different lines. If you guys don't know about lines, you press P. You can jump between all the different lines. Or you just type in the chat over here any Mooka up. And then people usually mention what line they're in. You go down below and just type in the line immediately and click go, and you'll be teleported to the line. Unless it's full, then you'll have to try a different line. Yeah, just go out to the open world and make sure you are farming some world bosses for whatever it is you may need. And then the last thing that was added recently, if you come over to Season Hub, I believe it is right here, is the Emblem. Yeah, the Emblem was added recently. I actually did mine wrong. I leveled them all up into one, but what you should be doing is leveling these up equally. And all you have to do is get these materials over here to level them up. I believe these come from the Void Monsters. If you go how to obtain exchange, you have Void Monster over there. Defeat monsters marked with Void Seed for a chance to obtain it. So there's a couple of places where you can actually go ahead and farm that. I haven't gone out to farm myself yet because obviously we are playing melee on the tank. So it's really annoying with all the people sitting around there with range. Because it's pretty much as soon as something spawns, it's just instantly gone. So we're going to wait until there is a better zone. But apparently today I went and unlocked the new zone over here, Skimmer's Lair. And it's a lot more like smaller. So all the mobs are really close. So you could go to the Skimmer's Lair, maybe sit at one of the world bosses over there and just farm the mobs. Apparently there also meant to be some void mobs in there. So if you want to start working on that, you can definitely go ahead and start grinding that. Otherwise, another way that I actually ended up getting these materials was just from the exchange. If you click exchange, this is like the season store. You can go ahead and buy these out. You see we have like way too many points over there, and I hope this resets next week. You can go ahead and buy some more. You need these Emblem Power Pass to level up the main thing, and then the Void Residue over there to level up the other stuff. And then I'm hoping as the weeks go on, we'll probably unlock some different materials from the shop as well, since we can only buy that one. This is like the blue rarity, and then this is like the purple rarity. See, they give different amounts of XP. This one only gives 100, and gives 500, and this one gives 4,500. So depending, I guess when you kill the mobs, you have a chance of getting these purple ones. And this does only last for the seasons. You can see there it lasts until the 22nd of January in 2026. So a couple of months from now. And then obviously the next season we'll get the system. I may be the same system or maybe a different system, but it does give you a little bit of extra power. You can see over there, you can actually go ahead and choose a different passive. There's 3 slots, I believe. Yeah, we need to get this to 35. So maybe next week we can get it to 35 and you get another passive slot to choose another one of these different abilities. And then these all just give you passive attack stuff as well. They can all go to level 60. So by the end of it, we should get quite a bit of extra ability score from leveling up our emblem. And then lastly, what I could recommend to you guys is don't sleep on your life skills, since you can craft all of your rubies, your gems and everything, which we spoke about in the previous video. You can craft all these smelting stuff that you need to go ahead and reforge your stuff. You can do the alchemy stuff for the extra books. So don't sleep on your life skills. Make sure you're doing your weekly turn-ins. I made a video about it on the channel as well. I have it linked up in a card or down below in the description somewhere, but make sure you are doing your weekly turn-ins to level up your life skills for free. You can see I'm like a week behind on the things because I missed 1 week's turn-ins, but it's still at a pretty decent level. So I'd recommend doing your life skills. Don't sleep on them. They're going to help you progress quite a bit through the game. But I think that's going to do it for the video. Thank you so much for dropping by. If you liked the video and it helped you out, please drop a like and a sub on the channel. Helps me out a ton. Good luck on all your farming out there. And don't forget to just have fun with it, guys. I'll see you all on the next one. Augiesaint out.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the